Hello and welcome to Show and Sell, the show that celebrates digging through other people's trash. Hello, Trash Dragons. Show is Show and Sell. I am Chris, Trash Dragon of the West. This is my guitar, Mr. Blankenship.
Hello, Mr. Blankenship.
I've had a stern talking to, and he is he will be promised to moderate his tone. And he also reminded me that I sell mainly on eBay and Discogs.
I'm Katie, and I'm Trash Dragon of the South, and I sell clothing and accessories, and I am always on the hunt for sparkly, shiny, and very unique objects.
And I'm Joe. I'm the Trash Dragon of the East, and I'm always on the hunt for anything that catches my eye. We got some nice pads here. They're while you are out. So if you're opening a home office and you need to let people know when you're out, contact Joe on Instagram. Thank you.
Just Joe.
Just Joe. Just Joe.
Joe at Instagram.com.
Oh my gosh, I should have planned it.
Joe with the pads at Instagram.com. So could get very different pads though. Anyway, do you guys have news to share? You want to throw anything out for this episode?
I'd like to give a shout out. I should have done so last episode because it's more recent, but we had we got our second podcast shout out. Well, I got a shout out actually from a potential future guest, David Rees of Get Your War On and Dicktown fame, and he also does a podcast called Election Profit Makers that I'm a huge fan of, and so that's a plug for Election Profit Makers. But he said, Secondhand Joe, you should check him out. Look him up. Then they said, just Google Secondhand Joe on eBay, and I don't think you'll find me if you Google Secondhand Joe on eBay.
But you will if you Google him on Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram you'll find me. So
I can put.
Just the Trash Dragon of the East got a shout out.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Just to be clear.
But as far as Joe's concerned, a rising tide raises all boats.
And also totally deserved. So
yeah,
bravo. Yay. Good shout out.
Yeah, that's years of networking gone well. So we are going to go on.
You call it networking, I call it making friends.
I'm in LA, baby.
Friendships, Chris. Networking.
It's like an anointment. So we are going to move on to our first segment, the thing that brought you joy. All right, the thing that brought us joy. Who wants to go? Who's excited?
You.
Me. All right.
Yeah.
All right, that's interesting. So I unexpected. So this is a book. It's fairly rare. It's fairly pricey. It is Hootmon, the story of Tam O'Shanter Inn. So Tam O'Shanter is a restaurant in my area, within walking-ish distance of me, that I've gone to a lot. It's an old 1930s restaurant that looks like a European kind of cabin, kind of almost. The Disney offices were not far, so they would eat lunch here all the time. Walt Disney has his own table at there, and the artists came to draw the interiors for inspiration for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and there's a bunch of so it has a lot of stories. It's a Scottish restaurant, as you can tell. Like Tam O'Shanter is a hat. Joe knows that because he sold them. But it's just this is just the story of Tam O'Shanter. I did not know this book was here. I love the place. I love the history. I have not read this yet, but I look forward to it. When I used to work at a drum podcast with my friend Joe Wong, was gone on to great acclaim as a composer and solo artist. Look him up. Good stuff. We would work on, we'd often have our meetings at Tam O'Shanter to discuss what we're going to do. But it was mainly just an excuse for him to eat the prime rib.
Gotcha.
Tam O'Shanter, it's a book I love, worth money for a thing I love, and I genuinely enjoy. So, what is Joe? Why don't you go?
I'll go next. So
Go.
I almost hesitate to trot this out because of the risk. I realize I'm wearing kind of a loud shirt right now, and this is going to definitely be a pattern clash going on. But
Oh no.
my neighbor dropped this off, and he said that his mother had made this for him when he was a child, and it's a little leopard print cowboy outfit.
Wow.
And then here's the vest. You have to imagine the little children's cowboy hat, and he knows it's handmade because there are photos of his father a couple years prior at a Halloween costume in a handmade caveman outfit using this very fabric, and so she just like took the caveman outfit, cut it up, and turned it into a cowboy outfit for him. So that's the thing
amazing.
That is amazing. Does it fit you?
No.
Hang on. Let's take
Does
a look.
it fit Francis?
Put it on,
Let's get
put it on
real.
Francis for size comparison. Here we go.
Francis, you're so handsome.
If you're gonna, here we are. One and will it fit? Oh yes, there we go.
Francis, pull it together. Oh, it's perfect.
Oh God!
Oh.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my cowboy shirt. That is amazing. We are going to need this is our calendar, Francis in children's outfits.
Yeah, he's really easy to dress. You got to get some stuff on him, boy.
You just have to find more stuff that's his size.
Cats, and they don't like it, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
I'll get a little football helmet and dress him up like a Green Bay Packer.
Please do that.
Please do. Yes.
Please do that. Yes.
Katie, what do you got?
This is a little bit item enjoy thrifting inception, because this item was thrifted by my mom, who was going to re-give it back to the thrift store, and I took it from her. Right. So it's a thrift osmosis. I don't know what's going on, but it's really cool.
You basically took a thrift bullet that your mom was trying to shoot at the Goodwill.
She didn't want it. I don't know why she bought it. It's definitely my style, but it's not her style. And she's like, "Oh, I'm giving this back." And I said, "Give me that. Stop it. What are you doing?"
Go
it's
ahead.
Cool as heck.
What is
it's like a little faucet thing? I have no idea. It's something you put drinks in.
Oh,
it's porcelain. It's really heavy. It's
ceramic. Oh, wow.
And so it's got a little spout here, like a spigot.
Shut my mouth.
Why would you give this back? She's lost her mind.
Yeah.
That is lid or...
It's got, you put drink in. I'm not putting a drink in this. Let me be clear, because there's stuff in here that's not the right color. But it they did a little hanger thing on the back. They must have rigged this. So I'm gonna hang it next to my little wet bar setup over there.
The fact that you're not going to put vermouth in there is very upsetting to me.
The spigot though, Chris.
Yeah,
lead poisoning.
Yeah,
you can always just a little heads up. You should be able to replace the spigot. There should be a nut on the inside that you can loosen, and you can get new stainless steel spigots.
No, I'm looking at it. It's wild in here.
It's Jumanji in here.
I live dangerously, especially I live fast and loose when it comes to food and drink, and it's a little too fast. It's a little too fast, too furious for me. I don't think
I'm the only person in LA that I know that does not have a water filter, like one of those like little Brita. And people are just like, "Can I have some water?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's from the tap," and they're just like, and I'm like, "It's fine," but still,
I'm never going to remember to buy filters. It's not going to be good. Yeah. It's just a waste of money. Yeah, I won't. I'll forget it. So,
but occasionally I'll just be like, "It's fine," and then I'll just like shake so hard that the glass falls out of my hand.
Oh yeah, there's that. I mean, it's fine.
We are moving on to Unearthed Treasure.
Unearthed Treasure.
Unearthed Treasure. The topic is dark. Our last week's topic was light, so it's a yin and yang thing we've got here. You can watch both episodes and feel a spiritual whole.
Complete.
So, Katie, why don't you bring your dark item of darkness?
Now, and last week I showed you a light scarf, and this week I'm going to show you my dark scarf. Now, this is a sample sale find, which I have not shown on here anything from a sample sale yet.
No,
because I haven't been to I'm not ruthless enough for sample sales, especially not in Los Angeles.
But you're ruthless enough for bins, but not sample sales.
It's a different kind of thing. It's a whole different ball game, and we'll have to do a special on that. But this is very cool. It has 4 big, sort of hard to see skulls, and then the outside is vertebrae all the way around. It's a massive scarf.
Wow, and that is a scarf Danzig would wear.
And it says, we are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. That's what it says in Old English around. It's like almost wall tapestry size. But
that is amazing.
This was a really cool sample sale find. And also, hot tip for sample sales, go for the accessory bins. People are going to go for the clothes. And this was a specialty leather maker in Los Angeles that worked out of Los Angeles. He won a competition some years back. His name is Johnny Coda. He won like one of those Project Runway type competitions on Amazon. But he had a company called Skin Graft, and they made like the best leather pieces in LA for a long time. I don't know if they're still in business, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford a leather jacket at a sample sale. And so I went for these bins of accessories, and that's where I found that guy and a really cool full set of rings for the hands. And those are the things that are also reasonably priced. If you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars, I think this scarf was maybe $20. Yeah. So that's how you do it. So hot tip for sample sales. Go for the accessory bins.
I thought you were going to say put like little metal talons on your elbows so you can give people
also that.
So you can back people out.
Look angry, look mad. Get your mad face on and wear a hat low and just sort of when people come near you.
Okay. Low hat, angry face, and cockfighting spurs on your elbows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joseph, Trash Dragon of the East. What do you got?
Trash Dragon of the East. So here it is. I am bringing in my dark item is the
Dark Knight, but he's a bear.
He's a bear. What? Oh my God, he's so cute. Oh, I love him so. He's actually a Build-A-Bear. It's a Build-A-Bear exclusive. This is a bins find.
Is he special edition?
He was special edition. I think they had a few of them, like in different. I think they had multiple. They had multiple Build-A-Bear like Batman outfits, like for different eras. I think this was like his 70s, like kind of his 70s era Batman. I think he might have made the
Adam West era.
Yeah. So this is like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not like, it's available on my eBay store, but it's like, it's one of those things where I'm just like, I'm not mad if it doesn't sell for a while. It doesn't take up much space. It's like, every once in a while I can go out and give him to my eBay room and give him a squeeze. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not above cuddling a stuffed animal once in a while.
Good for you.
You cuddle a live non-stuffed animal a lot on camera.
He's stuffed full of love and tender turkey stew. So,
but
that's a good bear.
So my item of joy is this book I just found at the bins. It's Mama Lola, a voodoo priestess in Brooklyn. Talking about it kind of goes back to my magic poster that I found of Keller, where he unleashed the dark magic. So I have not read this yet, but I'm always fascinated by the voodoos. This is such a interesting kind of like slice of spirituality that has like it's zombies and potions and
if you become too powerful though, you will be replaced. So no,
is that true?
Well, probably you'll probably move on from this. So you will be powerful.
If I become too powerful in voodoo, I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to do that instead of hosting a show about thrifting.
I mean, yes, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean.
Unless you use your voodoo powers for good and decide to help you find better thrift store finds,
which is also cheating.
There is also I was actually thinking like that is a thing where I had a thought. I'm like, what if my superpower was I was able to find the most expensive or most valuable things in a thrift store if they just like kind of glowed, sort of like
Right.
Mr. Jackpot's the remake of Twin Peaks, where he just sees a light over the ones that are about to hit the slots, and he goes, "Oh," or I can't remember what he says, but they call him Mr. Jackpots.
I'll bet.
So we are going to move on to our next thing, which is going to be a little exciting. We're going to do a bit of gameplay for you guys that we are calling AI versus AI, aka Dostoevsky's Tales from the Plunderground.
Which is artificial intelligence versus actual item.
Right. And Dostoevsky was a writer in Russia that is talked about the bleakness of present life.
No, I'm sorry. I thought we were recording a podcast episode, and then suddenly it just got very.
I thought you guys were literate. Jeez, I'm sorry. It's not a comic book or a celebrity magazine.
Wow.
Hey, I'm very
sound off in the
Thank
comments
you.
if you're mad at Chris. Okay. Let's go.
Sound off in the comments if you find Chris handsome. We are going to figure out I'm going to send them pictures of two items. They're going to tell me which one they think is the real one, and I will tell them the answer. So one of these I've created along with my roommate, who is a graphic designer, and the other one I just found on the internet. So here's our first item. They are both Xmas baubles, Christmas tree ornaments, as they call them.
It's the commonly known ornaments. Christmas bubbles. I like it.
Christmas baubles.
That's more festive.
A is Michael Bolton, Christmas bauble.
Okay.
Number 2 is Yanni, Christmas bauble or ornament, as the normies call them. So would either of you like to guess which one is real and which one's made up?
I want it to be Bolton.
I'm made up or real?
Bolton is the AI actual item, and Yanni is made up. I hope, because Michael Bolton deserves an ornament and more respect. Yeah. Like I know every Michael Bolton hit.
He also was in the Onion movie. He showed up in the Onion movie, which you should not watch. But he was a good sport about recording him.
I think he's a good sport. I think he's a good dude.
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I'm going off just the CD.
Okay. I'm just going off the voice. I think he's an awesome dude and perhaps a fantastic lover.
Beautiful.
I'm going to say it's probably Michael Bolton seems like the actual item, just because he seems like he's kind of got the hunk, more of a hunk. He's got more of a knowable hunk factor than Yanni does.
You guys are both right. Michael Bolton is the actual item. Yanni is the made up item. So number 2, we are moving on. This is, I think we can all agree that this is very fun. So
we can all agree we're having a great time.
Amazing. Everyone is loving it.
Around.
And now everyone knows I love Michael Bolton.
Yeah, my mom loves Michael Bublé.
Oh, all the Michaels, right?
Yeah.
We'll need to chill.
Settle down, Michaels.
Yes, enough with it.
So as you can see on the screen here, number 1 is Archie avoids the draft. Number 2 is Dick Tracy of Meets the Punks. Which would you guys? Which one is stupid?
This is a tough one because for me, I feel like I would have seen or would have like. If it was Dick Tracy Meets the Punks, I feel like I would have seen this before. Like I would have, like this is something I would have known about in some respect. Like because as a fan of the punk rock episode of Quincy, the punk rockers in Star Trek 3 or 4, whichever one it was, probably 4. That's when they go
or the Dragnet episode where he meets hippies. They're all just like tripping out on acid.
I feel like I would know about that. So I'm gonna say Archie
avoids the draft.
Archie avoids the draft, although I'm still like, boy, it's really tough. But I'm going to stick with that. That's my answer.
Good first instincts. Katie, what about you?
I don't think Archie would avoid the draft, I gotta say. I don't think that's a storyline. For some reason, I believe that less. I think that would have been a huge deal for him to actively do that.
Right.
That's why I think it's Dick Tracy meets the. I don't think either of these are real because Dick Tracy meeting punks. Sorry, what era didn't Dick Tracy work in, like the 40s?
Well, Dick Tracy did run for a long period of time. Like he ran up through the 80s and maybe even the 90s. Like the original artist was Chester Gould, and he retired sometime in the 50s or 60s, and then it was taken over. It became one of those zombie strips that just sort of lived long past the original artist, much like, Little Orphan Annie and so on. But it is very weird to see him, like, because he also sort of looks like a punk in this too, because
he looks like a bodybuilder mania. Is that Dick Tracy in the yellow check jacket? Why is he massive? Why is his neck?
Because he's a real man who does real business.
Is it a jacket or is it a flannel?
Why is he beating up an old woman?
I think it's just like a man with white hair, which is what punks did. They colored their hair crazy and wore
barrister wigs? No.
Yes.
No, that didn't happen. No. Nope.
So Katie's going D, none of the above, and Joe is saying Archie. So you are both wrong. It was the real item is Archie meets the punks. Given Instagram.
Sorry, Archie meets the punks? Which one is correct?
I'm sorry. Dick Tracy meets the punks is the correct answer.
Whoa.
As seen by, I found it on John Worster's Instagram account. He's a famous drummer, comedian from Worcester, like the best show ever. He was Worcester and Sharpling. He plays drums for the Mountain Goats and the lead singer of Husker Du, whose name escapes me.
Bob Mould. He also plays for Superchunk.
So one is a big butt gnome salt and pepper shaker. The other one is a shirtless Santa cookie jar. Which one is real? Which one is AI, and which one is AI?
So if I'm reading the gnome, or if I'm reading the holiday elf, or like I guess it's a holiday elf or a gnome or whatever. Like it looks like you have to remove, like it's a salt and pepper shaker, and you have to remove his butt cheek.
His butt
cheek is a different shaker.
Yeah, I think
that
so. Yeah,
disturbing.
Where is the lid for the Santa?
I think it's like right in the halfway point, like where the shirt. Katie, what do you think? Gnome is real or fake?
An actual item, and Santa is not.
Is the artificial intelligence.
I could see someone making the gnome,
right,
and being very pleased with themselves.
Yes.
The Santa, everyone's going to think that's disturbing. Even the creator's going to be like, maybe for their personal collection, but
you don't think there's people who enjoy bear gay culture that were like, I am into this big bear Santa. Big butt
bear.
Gnome, big butt elf, or big bear Santa. Which one?
It's so cleverly detailed, the Santa. My God.
So, Joseph, what do you think?
I'm going to say that the gnome salt and pepper shaker. I think that's
the real item.
It's the real one. Yeah.
Okay, you are both correct on this one.
Hey!
So you are both right on the Xmas. You both got it wrong on the Archie Dick Tracy, and you both got it right on Big Butt Santa and Big Butt Gnome and Big Bear Santa. So I think a good start. I think we all had fun, right?
I did.
Everyone had fun. So I think officially we did it. It's a 5-star episode. All as many thumbs as you can put up are up. A++, all the way down the line. Francis approves.
Yeah. How do we keep doing this? How do we keep on having like a plus episodes?
I don't know. You think there'd be a curve, but it's not. It's just there's just a plateau of A pluses.
Line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It just went first episode B+ and then A pluses.
Nothing but net. So to speak.
Hey.
All right. So, Joe, do you have something to sing for us?
I say,
Subscribe.
Yay!
Trash! Yay! Thanks for watching, everyone.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.
Don't you see the difference in the difference that you make from the cops that you put to the names that you take? You got ladies and bees all giving you honey, and you whack more balls in the cover of money. You know Melissa Cherry doesn't do porn. To get funky and do the popcorn. Eat your paws from China, or so they say. You'll understand when it opens on Friday. Can I rap about